My name's written fluid, nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, if I could choose its origin, since there's nothing that gave. Creek with baddies and sequence dresses with high strung. Fresh off the jet, you can see my vision why I've come. How much time y'all got? Yo, Preem, let's drop some.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. Set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they could be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
Play action. Stroud now. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one. And let him know he'll be back the very next series. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going.
Touchdown, Vikings! Noah Fant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. He got it, took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Stroud setting up the screen here. This is Walker. They hold them only 2 there on the screen and second down. Look at this defense for the Vikings. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? Are you going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground? Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. The throwing again is Stroud. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it up. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Rhodes. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
On the Seahawks' 47-yard line.
On play action. Now McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. This is caught by Addison. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts them in excellent position. First and goal after a gain of 19.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
18 Cardinal, go!
Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on a touch pass. And he'll get him! Touchdown, Minnesota! Jordan Addison from 3 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now stands at 14. To the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is, because you get right back out there, you don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with the win.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And that'll be off off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Stroud. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Stroud to throw it. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Elijah Arroyo, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are back within a score. And now the rookie's free. And all the way into the end zone, and it's 2 points. Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They run the counter. Rhodes. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
Throwing is McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here we go. Sack, Dragon 60. 19, Tiger, 19. Take go.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's McCarthy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that could be important as it makes this a 16-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. We'll get this to about the 38.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
38 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Play action. Here's Stroud. He finds Smith-Njigba. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Stroud will look to throw once more. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of the football.
A pickup of 2 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Stroud looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all. They actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers.
45-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to 13. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, Marty, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them.
Well, just the way the schedule lines up, because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
And Stroud now to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton.
You see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had 1 week ago.
Talk about being in the groove. And what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, you get a pick 6 in a season. It's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I want to play cards against this guy in the locker room.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To the air with McCarthy. Pass complete to Addison. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
At the 49-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it.
So first thing crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Throwing now is Stroud. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Stroud out of the gun here. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Warriors 17. 18 Pioneer.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Hooked off by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football, we're not seeing it right now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rhodes. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Rhodes. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the
Running lanes were at a
46-yard
premium
line.
in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run on first down. Rhodes. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 on the Seahawks 46-yard line.
Now McCarthy. This is Fant on the short completion. Look at the big man rumble. And he will score. Touchdown. Vikings. Noah Fant. 2 catches. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And Walker has it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching your partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contact time.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Stroud. Goes for the right side here. Complete. On the gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he couldn't get it to Chekhov. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. To run for it, the decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On first down, Rose. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
At the 37-yard line.
Second and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rhodes. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. But now he appears to be in some pain. Here's third and 3.
Back and 60. Here we go, shot.
Back to throw. McCarthy going underneath. He's got Hockenson. And they'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 10 yards.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's first and 10. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. This is second and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this down to the 36.
That's another Vikings first down.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds.
A gain of 17 yards.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rhodes. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that run. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Incomplete.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And his kick here is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
60 Bison, 60.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. McCarthy. And he's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. Lines up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing is McCarthy. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And my coaches know
so the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Now Stroud. And he will find his man on the end lane, complete. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Inside handoff to Mixon. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he's going to wind up with a 1st down as he's able to even dive for a little extra yardage at the tail end there. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.